Today's video is all about Civivi. I'm gonna go ahead and rank my top 10 favorites. And if you remember my last video, I only did 5. This time I went ahead and doubled it because, well, I like you. As usual, for every knife that I show you here today, I will make sure and put a link down in the description, just in case, if you see something you like and you want to pick it up. Hey, how you doing? If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name is Jay. Now consider clicking on that subscribe if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. Let's go ahead and get things started with number 10. This is the Wyvern. You have to admit, this is one of the most unique Civivi knives out there currently. I mean, just look at that pocket clip. I mean, that's unlike any of the other models. The handle, super comfortable. And you know why. It's going to be because of, well, it's contoured and it's got like this faux dragon kind of fish pattern deal going on. Some people don't like it, some do. I happen to like it. I mean, it almost feels like you're holding sort of a broom handle. And I mean in a good way. You can open this a couple different ways. You already saw the flipper tab, but then you've also have the thumb cutouts with a fuller that runs down the rest of that blade, and yes, it is on both sides. It's an excellent slicer. I mean, and that hollow ground blade is what really makes that possible. But there is a couple things that I don't like about the Wyvern. The first one is the blade shape. Yeah, I'm just not in love with this type of blade. I mean, it's not like it's hurt my feelings or anything, but it's just not my first choice. The flipper tab is pretty darn big. I think it's a little bit bigger than it needs to be. And all that does is it affects when you're cutting on a flat surface. So you're just going to be making contact, towards just a little bit of that edge is going to make contact. The pocket clip is my last gripe. I know I just got done saying that it's great because it's unique, and it is, but it does give you sort of a shallow carry. At number 9, I went with Civivi's only backlock model, and that of course is the Rustic Gent. And there's lots to love here. I'm going to start with the blade shape. That's because that's one of my favorite features. Check out that clip point. Just really, overall, the whole thing is just it has like a traditional design, and that's what kind of makes this knife really unique, is that it has a half stop and it can be completely disassembled for maintenance. And you saw that I went ahead and just added like one of those it's one of those quick thumb studs, because it just makes it a lot easier, for me, since I'm pretty much a one-handed dude. But it makes it really easy to go ahead and open this. I mean, to close it, I still gotta use 2 hands, but whatever. And honestly, there's really only like one gripe that I have about the Rustic Gent, and it's a common one. And the fact that, it's no secret, it doesn't have a pocket clip. I mean, they do give you a little pouch that can clip to the inside of your pocket to carry this, but just imagine, imagine for a second, if this had a pocket clip on here, I would be in heaven. Sitting real pretty at number 8 is the Incite. By far my favorite feature of the Incite is going to be that blade shape. I mean, look at that nice wide profile. That is just a good looking drop point. One of my favorite Civivi blade shapes, actually. The handle material. Now in my example, this is ebony wood. So I like to see that they are, they're trying out different material for the scales. And as long as we're talking about those scales, very comfortable. And this is another one that has, if you stare down the sights there, you can see, yeah, it's a little bit contoured, with a really deep finger choil here on the handle. The action is really, really good too. I mean, this is a big blade, and that thing fires out every time and dropping shut. Oh yeah, right out of the box because of the ball bearing pivot. I really like the forward finger choil that they went with here. I mean, it's already a big knife, but so you are able to choke up. And the jimping, really good, nice and aggressive. Not too aggressive. I like it. Now I know that I said I like the, that they're using different materials like the ebony wood, which I do, but the price, okay, you're gonna find these for right around about $75, and they're asking for that premium because of the material that they're using. I almost wish that they would have just maybe went with G10, drop it down to $60. What do you think? And the pocket clip, Civivi went ahead and decided just to make it a one position for righties. So tip up, no lefty love going on. I like how the mounting point for the clip, can you see that? How it is recessed or nested into the scale, but then they went ahead and used like just those like standard dome kind of round-headed screws. They're not flat, so they're sticking up just a little bit. This one, number 7, the mini bull mastiff. This is one of the 2 newest Civivis that you're gonna see on this list today. Yeah, it was recently released, and it has amazing. The action is incredible. Watch this. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's like XM18 type action. I know they're different. I'm just saying. It might not look like it, but this does have multiple deployment options. So you can either use the flipper tab, which I've been demonstrating, and then there's a fuller, thumb groove, whatever you want to call it. But it is on both sides, and it's really easy to go ahead and slow roll that open. You know what? Let me see if I can Spidey flick it. Hold on. Oh, you can Spidey flick it. Unfortunately, there is one issue that I have, and I kind of feel like, do I really need to point it out? I think you guys can figure it out. Yeah, it's going to be that width. That 1.65 inches. And this is the mini bull mastiff. Can you imagine like the full size? It's gonna be like a brick in your, okay, I'm kidding, but it's gonna be pretty wide. And of course, because of the design, all of that width in the pocket is gonna be up towards the top. So you got to reach your hand past that to get to whatever else is in your, and I get it. There's really no other way that they could have done this. I mean, would you have wanted a tip down clip? I wouldn't. Number 6. How about the Brigand? I do like the size of this blade. It's just under 3.5 inches at 3.46. I think that's a really nice EDC size. Forward choil, very generous, and the flipper tab is super comfortable because they kind of, it is jimped, but then can you see that it's kind of rounded. This is another that is just a slicing monster. I mean, and it's not a hollow grind. You're looking at, it's almost a full flat, except it's got a little bit of a swedge going on up at the top there. And the handle design, nice, simple, plain. I like that. Halfway there. Number 5, the Durus. I like the big forward finger choil, good size. So really, it kind of turns, it's a shorter knife. So when you have a choil like that here, it makes it possible for those of you with the larger hands, you can choke up and you're able to use it. And we get the nice standard deep carry pocket clip that is in fact, oh, it is, yes, it's recessed into the scales. And when you're using that forward choil, okay, you really don't, there's no platform for your thumb, because that swedge, you know, runs just about the entire length of the blade. So there's no jimping up there, and I could see that maybe extended use maybe getting a little bit uncomfortable. Coming in at number 4 is going to be, this is one of the original 3. Yeah, so when Civivis first came out, there were 3 models. The Backlash was one of them. Most Civivis do have, you know, really good action, but the Backlash has it in both directions. Yeah, so when you open it and a couple shakes, she drops shut. And it's really difficult for me to fail the deployment, either though I think I can. Maybe I can't. No, of course, it's not going to work while on camera. We do get a 2-position pocket clip that's going to be, yep, tip up, righties and lefty. I don't know what the heck I'm trying to do here. This does feature the 9CR 18 MOV, so as far as like Civivis go, you would consider this a budget version. Ooh, we're down to 3. Are you ready? This is going to be the Shredder. The Shredder is another one that also has multiple deployment options. So you got the you can use the flipper tab, or of course the very large like thumb cutout. The blade stock is going to be a little bit on the thinner side, so you couple that with the hollow grind, and yes, you do have a lightsaber. Now I got just one really minor issue, and it's just going to be regarding, yeah, the size of this thumb cutout there. It's huge, and sometimes at certain angles it looks just a little bit weird. I know, but that's super minor. All right, you ready? So number 2 now on my favorites list. This previously was number 1. Yeah, I'm talking about the Praxis. This is another it's a big knife, like the Shredder, but the difference being that this has excellent blade to handle ratio. Now I know you're all aware that the blade steel here, it's not D2. You're looking at, well, this is the Damascus one, but the standard version is just going to be the 9CR 18 MOV. So, but that means this is going to be one of also the lower priced Civivis at about $42. Are you ready to see my number 1 favorite Civivi knife? The recently released Dogma. I absolutely just love everything about this knife. I mean, it's almost, I can't say it's perfect, but man is it close. I mean, this is another one where, look at that, multiple deployment options. I really like to see that trend. Multiple deployment options with a nice big forward finger choil, and the flipper tab size, they did really pay attention to it here as well. And then here it is next to the rustic gent, just so you can see. Oh yeah, very similar blade shape. Wow, I like that. And I gotta be honest, I was a little worried about Civivi, because it just seemed like their knives were becoming more and more expensive. Like, we got to like $80 in a hurry. Not the case here. And guess what? This is one of the lower priced models at $48, and it's D2 steel, yet not 9CR. I was shocked. And the blade to handle ratio is incredible. What they did, okay, they were able to fit a 3.5 inch blade into a 4.25 inch handle. Think about that for a minute. I'll let you process it. I mean, this overall, it's not like a huge knife, But the blade 3.5, that really is, that's good size. I mean, I measured it like 4 times because I was like, wait a minute, it can't be 3.5. It's got to be smaller. All right, now you know what time it is, okay? I went ahead and I showed you all mine. Let's see yours. So down in the comment section below, what does your top 10 list of Civivis look like? If you don't have 10, do as many as you possibly can, but just make sure you put it down in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, you got like any value from it, let me know by leaving one of these. And don't forget to click on subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next video. Take care, guys. See ya.